FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
What kind of lessons did you take away from the brutal Japanese experience of the last 20 years in helping you think through how the dilemmas that we face today in the United States should be addressed?
Excellent question. Japan, as you know, got itself in a situation where they had a huge unsustainable financial real estate bubble. That was a product of a lot of policy decisions in the decade preceding. And when the world turned and that bubble collapsed, it suffered a very, very deep recession. But what's been remarkable is how long that lost decade, more than a decade of growth, has been, how long it's persisted. And that would have been a very difficult challenge for any country to manage. And so what I'm about to say, is not, I don't mean this to be critical of them, but I would say the basic lesson from these kind of things, and this is the judgment of strategy that informed what the president did in this crisis, is that when you face a crisis like that, you have to move very, very quickly to put overwhelming financial force to break the back of the financial panic, to make sure you're trying to fix the stuff as quickly as you can, to make sure you take the leverage out of the system as quickly as possible, that you restructure the system to take out the weakest parts. If you adopt the alternative strategy, which is to wait, to be more gradual in how you escalate, to hope it's going to heal itself, to hope you can grow your way out of the large losses banks take on in that context. If you're not aggressive with the full arsenal of tools governments have, then you will be consigned to a long period of underperformance and growth. And just to go back to what I said at the beginning, you can see in how the economy is recovering in the United States the benefits of an alternative strategy. We had growth come back much more quickly in the United States. You saw the cost of credit fall much, much more quickly than happened in the Japanese experience or elsewhere. You saw businesses start to invest again and hire much earlier than even we saw in the much moderate recessions of our last two recessions. And that's because policy in the United States was much more aggressive, much more nimble, much more carefully designed. And because we as a country we let those tough restructuring, tough adjustment, that reallocation of capital happen with much more force. It makes it much harder in the short term, but it's much better for the prospects of actually coming out of this durably with growth at a more sustainable level going forward. And we are not consigned to repeat that future. Washington's work is not done. There's still more work you have to do to reinforce the recovery underway, but we're not going to make that mistake.